So I'm going to ask you to do the impossible, Stephen A. What will be the two teams that we will be traveling between and covering in the Western Conference Finals, the last two standing out west?
Pressure's on.
Well, you know,
Not
listen,
LA?
Well, it was never LA.
Okay.
I can't jump off my bandwagon. I picked the Golden State Warriors, okay, to go to the NBA Finals, and I'm not jumping off that wagon as of yet, despite their struggles, despite how awful they've looked at times. The babyface assassin has returned. Klay Thompson is looking every bit as good over the last 6 or 7 games that we expect to finally get to that point. I know I have no reason to feel this way. I see Denver and Memphis and New Orleans and what they're doing, but that would require me to jump off the bandwagon, which I will not do. I'm going to stick with the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies to meet in the conference finals.
Would be a rematch of last year's West Final. How about you?
I root for the Warriors. I root for my time personally in San Francisco. People say, who do you root for? I root for me.
Right.
To go to the coolest
That's
places. That means Pebble Beach, a trip down
For
here.
me, it would be LA.
That's him.
Warriors.
Cali, New York, and Miami.
Okay.
Rinse and
Not New
repeat.
York.
But realistically, in terms of prediction and just looking at the field and the teams and the relative health, Denver, which is atop the West right now, still going with them. And by the way, if Jokic wins his 3rd straight MVP, the last time somebody won a 3rd straight MVP was Larry Bird, and they won. The Celtics did in '86 with Bird leading the way. I'm just saying coincidence. And Memphis. I just think, and look, they have some growth left. They have some growing up to do. They get a little full of themselves, and we saw that in a stretch where they started running off at the mouth and people took them apart for about 4 straight games. But I think Memphis learns and incrementally gets better in that department. I think John Morant's going to emerge again, reemerge in that MVP conversation himself. But I think it's Memphis and Denver in the Western Conference.
So I hear Memphis twice. I hear Denver. I hear Golden State. Jalen.
I echo this gentleman, but I want to just make sure I acknowledge this. It's hard to look at the Western Conference standings and ignore. We're not surprised that the Pelicans are doing so very well. They're number 3.
That's right.
But how about the Kings? Have a better record than the Clippers, Lakers, Phoenix, and the Warriors.
Mike Brown doing a hell of a job.
Absolutely. But we're going to be in Denver for sure. They're the best team in the West. They're the 2nd best team for me in the entire league behind the Boston Celtics. In Memphis, I agree with Stephen A. I agree with you as well. And the reason why is because Memphis has been getting closer each year. And I think the injuries that they had last year, if they're healthy this year, is going to propel them.
So I think we all believe in Golden State and their ability to bounce back. The other of the preseason favorites that no one is picking for obvious reasons is the Clippers. And I guess I would have to ask you, if we are in a place when we get to March and April where Kawhi is playing every day and Paul George is playing every day and they put that thing together, are the Clippers not a legitimate contender in your mind?
The Clippers are legitimate if they're playing. I personally believe, I'm so personally disgusted with the Clippers that I believe that Ty Lue should want out of his contract with the Los Angeles Clippers if these dudes ain't ready for the playoffs. It's a damn shame that you literally walk in. Let's understand the greatness of Ty Lue. He literally walks to an arena every day wondering who the hell he's going to have in his lineup. No one is definitively available, and it's a shame. And you just get sick of it. You understand, again, I'm not questioning the legitimacy of anybody's injuries. I would never insult a professional athlete like that. What I'm trying to say to you is this: injured, hurt, whatever way you want to term it. You sure you can't play? Are you sure you can't? The operative word is can't. Are you sure you can't play? Because I don't understand how you can't play on Friday, but you can play on Saturday. It's hard for me to understand that. It's hard, man. Listen, and it's ridiculous.
Greedy, it's got to be before April. I mean, it's got to be like late February. They're going to have some time to figure out what it's like to play as a team, which, as Stephen A. points out correctly, they don't have any idea.
They're the ultimate wild card, Greeny, but beating one of these teams that have been consistently churning the entire season, like a Denver squad, a Memphis squad, I just don't see that happening. But I will give them a puncher's chance. But I can't ignore what I saw last night. No Joker for Denver. Obviously, no Paul George for the Clippers. you got to get that game. And for Denver
At
to
home.
find a way to get that game
Without
solidified
Jokic.
to me,
Without Jokic.
not only they're the best team, but why we still have questions about the Clippers.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.